Hi, this is Karl Palachuk from Relax, Focus, Succeed. And today we're going to talk about mindfulness meditation and what it means and why you can't do it the wrong way. First of all, what is mindfulness meditation versus any other kind of meditation? Well, there really are many different ways that you can meditate, and mindfulness is simply a matter of trying to break through the filters and experience the world, experience whatever's happening right now as it truly is. So one of my favorite types of meditation is to hold a pebble and to simply focus on that pebble. The texture, the size, whether there are cracks in it or bumps or irregularities, how smooth it is, how flat it is, that sort of thing. So all of that is about being exactly in the moment and letting my mind not be worried about the rent or the roof or my daughter or other things that are going on out there in the world, but experiencing this moment right now for what it has to offer. Sometimes when people say that they are worried about doing mindfulness wrong, it's simply that they haven't experienced it before, so they don't really know what the point is or why we do it or how we get from where we have experienced to where we haven't done something and it's a new experience. Other times people say, well, I'm worried that I can't quiet my mind. I have so many thoughts going on all the time, and I'm used to doing 52 things at once because I'm a multitasker and all that sort of thing. Well, the thing is, the reason I say you can't do it wrong is that being mindful, it means different things to different people. If you sit quietly in a chair, relax, and try to just experience what's going on. Look around the room, look around your yard, wherever you happen to be, and just take it in. What am I experiencing? What am I hearing? What am I seeing? What is my environment? What is my experience right now? That is the beginning of simple mindful meditation. And you will have lots of thoughts, and the thoughts that come into your head are part of your experience, and it's okay to say, well, this isn't the time for me to worry about the roof, so I'm going to take that worry about the roof and say, okay, I acknowledge that, and now let's clear our mind, try to think of something else, or try to think of nothing, and thoughts will come in. Oh, I have to do this thing this afternoon. Feel free to have a piece of paper with you and write down a note, and then you know that thought has been taken care of. And the thing is, it takes practice to be able to acknowledge a thought and dismiss it and not dwell on it and say, oh, I have to get up right now and go do something. That takes practice. So when we talk about doing mindfulness, over time, what gets easier is it gets easier to sit in the chair, clear your mind more quickly than you did at the beginning, and then to deal with thoughts and sounds. So if I'm sitting in my chair and I hear a car go by, well, I don't have to dwell on that. I don't have to do anything except acknowledge it. I might choose to focus on that sound for a minute or for a few seconds and then say, okay, there are no other sounds, or maybe there's a new sound, a bird or something. So I can choose to just experience what is going on around me. Something flies by and it catches my eye, that's fine, and then I come back. And the more practice that you have, the easier it is to get back to a state of equanimity and just experience your world. The thing too many people get caught up in is their filters. When somebody says something to you, you rarely take it at face value. You rarely say word for word, I understand exactly what you're telling me. Instead, you interpret it. So somebody says one thing and you hear something different. And those kinds of filters are what you want to try to break down and try to get to, well, when this person says A, do they really mean A, or is there a whole secret thing going on behind that? All too often, our lives would be better if we could just see things as they truly are And that's a long, difficult process. I don't want it to sound like that's easy. Many people have meditated for dozens of years and they get caught up in the moment when something happens, simply because you're human. There's nothing about this that's going to make you perfect, but to be able in the moment to wait half a second or 1 second and choose your reaction, that's a very powerful thing. It allows you to say, what is really going on here? Or do I need to have that kind of a reaction to this experience? So the bottom line is, don't worry about doing it wrong. You can't do it wrong. If you sit in a chair for 10 or 15 minutes and you just experience whatever it is that the world has to offer you in that 10 or 15 minutes, that is mindfulness. You are doing it. It will just get better and more meaningful over time as you learn to sit quietly, as you learn to turn off the outside senses, as you learn to stop responding to the thoughts that randomly come into your head. And you will eventually have fewer interruptions once you get in that mindset, and your brain literally goes into a mode where it says, oh, we're in that period where I don't constantly interrupt her or interrupt him with thoughts. Now we're in a mode where, I'm going to be a little quiet for a while. It will happen. You'll see. Give it a try. This is Karl Palachuk encouraging you to relax, focus, succeed.